Hello and welcome to Cousins Gymnasium for this first round matchup in the NCAA tournament between the Tufts Jumbos and Southern Vermont College. I'm Matt Macy Phelps here with JumboCast with Sam Ladow. And we came from a thrilling comeback victory. Skidmore, the Thoroughbreds, were down 19 at half to Franklin and Marshall. They mounted an enormous comeback and they won the second half by 30 points to get an 11-point win. Advinis Ropkus and Eric Sanders both scored 19 points in the game. And sophomore sensation Brandon Federici's 31 points couldn't lift Franklin and Marshall past Skidmore. But this one is going to be very exciting. Sam, can you preview Southern Vermont for us?
This is actually the first ever sport event between Southern Vermont College and Tufts. Southern Vermont College is on a win streak right now. They won their first NECC championship, is making their second ever appearance in the NCAA tournament. They're coming into the tournament on a 16-game winning streak, tying the longest in team history, with the best start to the season in their last 15 years, starting 8-2, and finishing the regular season with a 34-game win streak in NCC regular season contests. So they're coming in on a hot streak. They're feeling themselves right now.
And there's Jeff James, the senior guard for Southern Vermont. And Tom Pulaski, the big man, coming out for the Jumbos, junior.
A big man with a big role right there.
Leading rebounder for the Jumbos. And here's Deshaun Hamlet, the senior leader for Southern Vermont. And another senior, it's Ryan Spadaford, the guard for the Jumbos. And it's the sharpshooter, William Bromirski, senior guard. He's shooting a mean 39.6% from beyond the arc.
That is a scintillating percentage for a team that is doing a great job shooting threes this season. Part of the reason that they've had a great win streak of late.
And there's senior Stephen Haladina. He can also rein it in from deep. And here's the freshman guard, Josh Borders from Florida. And his counterpart at the point guard spot is Tariq Smith, the junior.
A flashy ball handler.
And there's number 35, Casey Hall, the senior. 6'6" out of Albany. And the leading scorer for the Jumbos is Vincent Pace, the sophomore.
He's been lighting it up to the tune of 18 points per game this season.
The sophomore can certainly score from inside and out. It's going to be an exciting game. And
yeah,
I'll
go ahead.
And these teams in close proximity, it's kind of surprising that they've never played before, but they have some common opponents this year. Both teams have beaten Bates this year. Southern Vermont with a 4-point win at Bates, and Tufts beat Bates at home by 15 points. Both teams struggling with Middlebury. Southern Vermont with an 18-point loss at Middlebury, and Tufts with a tough road loss in overtime by 3 points. So these both teams also have blowout wins over Newbury. So similar results for these teams. It'll be a very interesting matchup coming into this. Both high-powered offenses, both scoring over 85 points per game. Southern Vermont coming out in the all-black uniforms, looking very, very sharp. Tufts with all blue. And Cousins Gymnasium's pretty packed.
It is. There's an electric NCAA feel right now.
So it'll be Pulaski and Hall taking the tip here. And we're underway. That'll be Jumbo's ball. Pace gets on the lane, throws it up off the glass, and it rolls out. Hall with the board. Pace is down. He is hurt.
That is very bad news for the Jumbos. And
the three is no good. Casey Hall gets the rebound, but we've got a foul, but Vincent Pace is writhing in pain on the floor. It is not a pretty sight. And the gym's going silent here, and you hate to see this.
On the first possession.
And from the looks of his reaction, I don't think he's going to come back in this game.
No, I don't think so. That looked bad.
And putting a real damper on the mood here. He's got the trainer, coach. And fortunate for the Jumbos, they do spread the scoring around. All 5 starters score in double figures, but an injury to pace here would certainly diminish their offense.
Especially for team morale. You just never want to see that for either team, really.
And he's up on his feet, but he will have to be helped off here. And he's not putting any pressure on that right foot, or hardly any. And first possession, that was not even 10 seconds into this one.
No, that was a shocking start to this.
So pace will be replaced by Ben Engvall, the 6th man for the Jumbos, number 0.
Entering the game for the Jumbos, number 0, Ben Engvall.
James up top. Tufts guarding way out on Vermierski, as they should. And James off the glass, and he gets the game's first points.
Very soft touch there for an athletic, large forward.
And a hard screen by Pesi.
Yeah, you can
And
hear
Smith
that.
finds Haladina. It's blocked down low by Hall, though.
Great block.
Southern Vermont the other way. Hamlet in the lane. Foul is called. He'll go to the line. So Southern Vermont getting out in transition.
Yeah, already they have a great speed to this game right now.
First team foul. Deshaun Hamlin at line has 2 shots.
Hamlet no good. Hamlet shoots 69% from the line. And can't get either. And the rebound will go out of bounds for the Jumbos.
Out of bounds, Tufts ball.
And again, Southern Vermont coming with the full court pressure.
Their coaches are oddly dressed like Ben Stiller's team in the movie Dodgeball.
And don't count the shot.
No basket.
Foul on the floor.
Southern Vermont
replay of that.
Number 25, Josh Borders. That's his first personal.
Smith's ability to
first
change
team foul.
speeds on a dime really helps him when he's going to the rim.
Yeah, Smith's certainly one of the quickest Jumbos out there. And Borders is called for his first foul. Pesi guarded by Hamlet. He'll look to use his height advantage. They'll go to Pesi again. Double team, blocked by Hall. Hall gets it in transition. And it wasn't called for extending the arm there. It might have been an offensive foul. And wide open in the corner. And the three is no good for Borders. Pesi launches the three. No good. Haladina offensive board. Working in the lane. He's stripped by Vermierski.
Great interior defense so far for Southern Vermont.
And stripped by Engvall. Vermierski catches.
Both teams are making the paint a torture chamber right now.
James feeds it into Hall. Hook shot. It's good.
Basket by Pesi Hall.
So 2.5 minutes in. Jumbo still yet to score.
Great
And Smith.
crossover.
No good on the layup. Spataford can't finish down low.
That was everything but the hoop.
Hamlet in the corner. Hamlet launches. No good. Spataford with the board. And Hamlet steals it off the lazy pass from Smith and spins his way. No good on the layup. And James is fouled going up.
Tufts foul is on number 0, Ben Engvall. That's
Ben
his
Engvall
first
called for the
personal
foul.
second team foul.
And Everett Dayton will come in after the first free throw.
Jeff James at the line has 2 shots.
Good on the first.
Entering the game for Tufts,
And
number
Dayton
4,
will replace
Everett
Spataford.
Dayton, replacing number 3, Ryan Spataford.
So Jumbo's going with 2 ball handlers out there to counter the pressure from Southern Vermont.
Vermont's defense has been stifling so far, stealing it from Pesi inside every time they put it in.
James hits the second.
I would not want to be on the other end of a Pesi pick. That seems awful.
Yeah, we saw one earlier. It was pretty rough. And Smith to the basket, dumps to Pesi, and he gets Tufts' first points.
They have a potential to have a great 2-man action with them, with Smith's speed and Pesi's ability to put it inside.
Hall working his way down low, kicks it out. They work it around. Borders his 3, no good.
Both teams are off and running.
And Haladinho with the transition 3, it's good. Well, the gym erupts.
The home crowd is loving it.
Mountaineers with a 6-5 advantage right now. And Smith with tight coverage on Bremirski. They don't want him to get a 3.
Good idea.
Bremirski losing the handle. 2 on the shot clock. He doesn't realize it. And a turnover there. James had no idea that the shot clock was running down.
Wow, it's tight defense, right?
And that'll be a media timeout. This is the NCAA tournament, so we have media timeouts after every 4-minute increment whenever there's a dead ball like that. So initial reaction, of course, I think everyone was a little surprised by Vincent Pace's injury. So we'll go to Deshaun Hamlet now, actually. The senior forward, he was first team all NECC, averaging 14.7 points per game. He's also the team's leading rebounder, shooting at an impressive almost 57% from the field.
Yeah, that clip of making shots is really what differentiates him there. Making that a 57% clip, that puts you in rarefied company. It really helps your team because that's efficient to a maximum degree.
Yeah, and we've seen Hamlet been assigned to guard Pesi down low, and he seems to play the center role on offense as well a lot. And only listed at 6'4", he's really holding his own. He's the kind of player that doesn't really have the natural attributes, but he has gifted athleticism.
And as a senior, he brings a lot of maturity to this team. Really will help him stay in it down stretches of games.
And, not tall, but certainly has the weight and the strength to deal with Pesi.
He's got the low center of gravity.
So Tufts trailing by 1 here. Dayton. Pesi turnaround, it's good. Tufts on top.
And that's where that height comes in, that height difference right there. He just rose right over the top.
And James's pass is tipped. It'll stay with Southern Vermont. Substitutions now for the Mountaineers. Coming in are Nate Goldsmith.
Entering the game for Southern Vermont, number 0, Nate Goldsmith, and number 3,
Rayshawn Taylor. And coming in for the Jumbos is Spataford again, replacing Haladinho. And a foul called there on Dayton.
Tufts coach is not happy about that.
Number 4, Everett Dayton. That's his first personal, third team foul.
Pomerski can't handle that pass.
He's got the goatee just like Steph Curry and a shooting percentage.
And a travel down there from Rayshawn Taylor.
Traveling violation.
Pileski's block after the fact really incited the crowd again. Great day for NCAA action right now here.
Yeah, none of these players have ever played an NCAA tournament. It's Tufts' first trip in about a decade, and Southern Vermont only their second trip in team history. Pileski on the baseline, works his way up, he'll go to the line.
That is a mountain of a man. And he is pumped up.
Southern Vermont foul is on number 2, Jeff James. That's his first personal, second team foul.
Jeff James called for the foul.
Tom Pileski at the line has 2 shots.
Arcs in the first one, and Haladinha replaces Tariq Smith.
Pileski walked by me yesterday, and I was engulfed in its shadow for about 2 minutes. It got chilly.
And Pileski gets them both. He'll be replaced by Drew Madsen now, making his game
Entering the
debut.
game for Tufts, number 32, Drew Madsen.
And Devontae Jordan running the point now for the Mountaineers. He gets free off a pick and can't finish the layup. That'll tip out of bounds for Tufts.
Great job hanging in the air before he released the shot. Looked like he was just frozen.
And Damon Carter, sophomore guard, into the game now.
Entering the Southern Vermont
Replaces Jeff James.
Number 1, Damon Carter.
As you were saying before, this team really spreads around the minutes. Nobody averages over 30.
Yeah, very important to have depth in a tournament run with so many games spaced close together. The winner of this will have to play tomorrow. Dayton, high off the glass, no good, but Haladinha's there with the board, rejected by Hall. Open 3 there. Jordan, it's short.
Great
But-
tenacity.
And a finish from Damon Carter there.
By Damon Carter.
Coming in the game and making an immediate impact.
Both teams really getting on the offensive glass. Engvall might have been a charge.
Interesting no call.
And Jordan in the paint. And he's fouled. He'll go to the line. It's Everett Dayton with his second foul of the game.
Number 4, Everett Dayton. That's his second personal, 4th team foul.
And Devontae Jordan, only 5'8", but he manages to find the holes in the paint.
Devontae Jordan at the line has.
His strength has to be a big part of that. He flexed after that shot, and it was a little scary. He's very strong.
Jordan gets the first to go.
Returning to the Tufts lineup, number 2, Tom Pileski.
And Madsen and Dayton will hit the bench
Smith.
for Pileski and Smith. And Jordan can't get the second. Rebound tipped out, though. It'll go to Nate Goldsmith. Taylor down low, swatted
Great
by
block.
Pileski. Smith in transition. He's got one to beat, and that's swatted off the backboard. Smith wanting a goaltend. I think it was still going up. And Taylor the other way, layup no good. Engvall with the board.
They're out and running.
Spatterford, nice bounce pass. Haladinha can't get the end one, but he'll go to the line.
That was a great bounce pass, right on the money.
Southern Vermont foul is on number 0, Nate Goldsmith.
Goldsmith called for the foul.
Third team foul.
And we'll get a replay here of that transition.
That was a hectic 30-second stretch.
2 shots.
Pulaski's block. Smith going the other way, only to get blocked.
That was an athletic block.
And Haladina good on the first.
For high-scoring teams, these teams have showed a great deal of defensive versatility so far. Or versatility.
And Haladina good on both. Tufts with a 2-point lead. Carter, guarded by Spataford. And foul there on the rebound. It's Devontae Jordan with his small frame getting way up for the offensive glass.
You were on the money before. This has been a game of offensive rebounding.
Number 0, Ben Engvall. That's his second personal 15th.
And Engvall has picked up his second foul, so 2 jumbos with 2 already.
Devontae Jordan at the line has 2 shots.
And Jordan good on the first. And a couple substitutions. Ethan Feldman coming in for Ben Engvall. And Casey Hall will head to the bench with Hamlet coming back on.
Casey Hall was also named to the All-NECC second team this year, with him and Hamlet having 2 great seasons.
Pulaski working on Hamlet. Hook shot good. Not much Hamlet can do to stop that. And we saw the double team work earlier for the Mountaineers. Maybe they'll have to bring that back on Pulaski.
I think so. That was smooth.
But that's running at the risk of leaving 3-point shooters open. And Goldsmith dribbles it out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Tufts ball.
Smith in the paint. He'll take it himself. Jordan going quick the other way. Dumps it to Hamlet. Easy layup.
Good court vision there. Did not try to put it up against the trees and dish it off.
And seeing Devontae Jordan out there reminds me of Isaiah Thomas. He's so small, but he's such a threat at the rim that the bigs have to devote their defense to him, and it leaves men wide open.
I am a big fan of Isaiah Thomas.
Foul on the floor here. And, of course, I'm referring to the current Isaiah Thomas for the Celtics. And speaking of that, Devontae Jordan is called for the foul. So we'll get another media timeout here with the score tied up at 13. And interesting to note, Vincent Pace is no longer on the bench, so you can only assume he's in the locker room receiving treatment. So a look here at the all NESCAC players for the Jumbos. Vincent Pace, as we were mentioning, he only a sophomore, but he led the team in scoring at 18.2 points per game, which is good enough for 4th in the conference. Also putting up 6 rebounds and nearly 3 assists per game. And Tom Pulaski, first team all NESCAC, last year he was second team, and his freshman year he was the rookie of the year in the NESCAC, putting up 14.6 and 8.6 rebounds. Also leading the conference in blocks with 3.6 blocks per game. Earlier in the year out in the California tournament, he put up 11 blocks in a game to help him get a triple-double, which led to him being named D3 National Player of the Week. So certainly some impressive accolades for both teams.
You can see that they've been going to Pulaski, especially now with Pace out, trying to get him the ball down low with him and Smith playing a 2-man game in order to compensate for losing their leading scorer in the first 10 seconds of the game.
Yeah, and Pace really stretches the floor for the Jumbos because he has the ability to be a 3-point scoring threat, but he can also drive, and one of the best finishers in the NESCAC at the rim, especially on the offensive glass, actually. This would have been a great game for him.
He would have loved this.
And a foul called on number 3, Rayshawn Taylor.
Southern Vermont foul is on number
Jumbos do a
3,
great job of
Rayshawn
doing a lot of
Taylor.
screens off the ball,
That's his
making these
first
players
personal
run around and get it tired eventually from that. Or draw a foul like they just did in the previous sequence.
Pileski, 18-footer, almost gets it off the glass. Hamlet with the board. Open 3. It's good. Rayshawn Taylor.
Surprisingly wide open on that one for a team that's shooting the ball great.
Spataford launches from way out and leaves it short. Taylor the other way. That'll stay with the Mountaineers.
Southern Vermont ball.
Goldsmith swatted by Pileski, but Hamlet's there with the board.
I'm going to get a highlight reel of Pileski blocking shots and play it at my wedding. I really love watching those, so those are terrific.
And the Mountaineers with 6 different scorers on the sheet. Tufts with only 2. Haladinha from deep. That's good. Stephen Haladinha with his second 3 of the game.
That inside-outside game working well for the Jumbos.
And still Tufts with only 2 scorers. Haladinha and Pileski both with 8. Open 3 from Carter, no good.
Both teams raining from downtown.
Smith creates separation, finds Feldman for the 3. And Spataford pulls in the board. Can't get the layup, gets his own board though. And a foul called on Southern Vermont. Spataford rising to his feet. And look at all those rebounds. Everyone's scrapping for this. It's win or go home.
Yeah, you can see him right there just getting fired up. Pileski's not usually one to tone someone down, so that's interesting to watch. He's usually the only one fired up.
And Vermeerski's back into the game for the Mountaineers, replacing Carter.
Also returning number 2, Jeff
And Jeff James will come back in, replacing Rayshawn Taylor. And I think we might have a little blood with Tariq Smith over there. He's being treated quickly on the bench. So we'll come back to the action. And Smith so far 0 for 3 from the field, as well as Ryan Spataford. So Jumbos need to start diversifying their scoring options here. Feldman launches another 3. This time it goes.
And the diversifying starts.
Hamlet. And just loses the dribble. Goldsmith down low. Layup no good. Hamlet with the board. And he gets it to go.
Over Pileski. Great height on that shot.
Feldman's feeling it. But a foul was called.
Southern Vermont foul is on number 24, William Vermeerski. That's his first personal.
Vermeerski called for the foul.
Team foul.
And Drew Madsen coming in for Pileski.
Drew Madsen replacing Tom Pileski. Ryan Spataford at the line shooting 1-1.
Feldman could definitely star in an Axe commercial. I'm not sure if that helps our team much.
And it's batted forward good on the front end of the 1-1. And he'll make them both, giving Tufts a 1-point lead. Vermierski in the paint. And James with a nice backdoor. Great pass from Hamlet.
Terrific connection there between the two players.
And a poor job on the switch by the Jumbo defenders. Smith showing off the dribbling skills yet again. Spataford in the paint, finds Haladinha. Haladinha off the assist from Feldman. Both teams starting to find their offensive groove. And a timeout from Southern Vermont here. So Tufts with a 1-point lead with 7:44 left in the first half.
Southern Vermont. It'll be a 30-second timeout extending to a media timeout.
We got a media timeout here. Look at both teams, and remember, we'll have a halftime show. You can tweet your questions to @Tufts JumboCast, and we'll respond to your comments, or your questions, concerns. Maybe looking forward to tomorrow, especially all the Skidmore fans. They're probably watching this game, scouting both teams here.
They were excited at the last game, really cheering on their team. This arena has there they are, right there.
Yeah, look at the Thoroughbreds. It seemed like they were out of it at half. Franklin Marshall went on a huge run to end the first, but Skidmore came back and put up 58 points in the second half. And just could not be stopped. So the Thoroughbreds scouting who they'll face tomorrow. And so far through this one, it looks like it's a 50-50 ball game at this point. And for the Mountaineers, Jeff James and Deshaun Hamlet both have 6 points apiece. Jeff James a perfect 2 for 2 from the field and 2 for 2 from the line. And on the Jumbo's end, Stephen Haladinha working his way up the score sheet to 10 points already, 2 for 2 from 3.
Doing well to help them replace Pace's absence right now.
And Casey Hall back in the game, adding some size to the Mountaineers lineup.
James has a large side advantage against Smith.
And Vermierski thought about it. He'll launch it. And no good for the senior. Smith puts it up off the glass, gets it to roll.
Great layup right there. Hanging in the air and holding and cocking the ball back.
And James committing the offensive foul drawn by Haladinha. Looked pretty soft. Haladinha sold it well.
James is not happy about that one.
And Everett Dayton coming back into the game. He has 2 fouls. He'll replace Ethan Feldman. I thought that one, Haladinha certainly had position and he had his feet set, but I thought it was soft contact.
I agree with that. That looked questionable. But if you can sell it, you got to sell it.
Yeah, credit to Haladinha for that. Close guarding here from Borders, like he's been doing all game. We're going to Pulaski. Haladinha, the runner.
Tough shot.
Hamlet's baseline jumper, no good. And a foul by Hall on the rebound. He was going over Spataford.
Almost jumped over Spataford's back on that one.
Foul is on number 35.
See it right here.
That's his first personal 9.
Oh, that's the charge.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm incorrect. That was a charge right there.
Returning for Southern Vermont, number 30, Devontae Jordan.
Yeah, Devontae Jordan comes back into the game, replacing James. Jordan James, 2 pretty big names in basketball.
That's not easy to live up to.
And it's Spataford on the line for 1-1. Southern Vermont just picked up their 9th team foul in the half. Spataford hits. Spataford averaging 12 points per game, good for 3rd on the team.
Really locked in right now, playing very passionately.
And Spataford now perfect 4 for 4 from the line. And the Jumbos perfect 8 for 8 from the line. And Hamlet will draw the and one.
Basket by Deshaun Hamlet. Tufts foul is on number 11, Stephen Haladinha. That's his first.
Got a look there. Jumbo's defense rotating quickly, and Haladinha with the foul. So excellent ball movement by the Mountaineers there.
Hamlet did a great job of pausing before he went up with it to draw the foul.
And can't complete the 3-point play. So Tufts with a 3-point lead now.
Moving it ahead very quickly.
And Pulaski down low, draws the double team. Kicks to Haladinha. The 3 rattles out. Hamlet with the board. And no layup there. Pulaski with the rebound. Borders couldn't get it to go. Spataford launches the 3. It's good. Ryan Spataford.
Home crowd is liking it.
And Spataford drawn by the up fake, and a great layup there from Devontae Jordan past Pulaski.
Really thought Pulaski was going to have that.
Pulaski down low, 10-foot jumper.
No luck with the bounce on that.
Hamlet in the corner. Bermierski. Ten on the shot clock. He'll launch the 3 from the top of the key, and that's a brick.
He's been struggling today, but he can really put it in when he gets a shot.
Dayton off the glass. Transition layup.
This is Jumbo's biggest lead now. Might be a moment of momentum.
Casey Hall left open, top of the key. Pulaski with the board. And Jumbos can widen this one up right here on this possession. Smith, top of the key, 3-pointer, is well short. Gets his own rebound. And he'll finish on the glass. And the one. And a game of offensive rebounds, and Tariq Smith, shortest player for the Jumbos, gets one of his own.
You can see right there, he knew where it was going when he shot it and immediately went into the paint.
And number 3, Rayshawn Taylor.
Big sequence now.
Substitutions for Southern Vermont. Looks like Taylor and Carter have come into the game, as well as Goldsmith. And Smith finishes off the 3-point play, so Jumbo is up to a 9-point lead here on quite a bit of a run. Taylor.
As a Southern Vermont College chant echoes out.
SVC.
Tufts foul is on number 4, Everett Dayton.
And Everett Dayton called for his 3rd foul already. That's on the floor, so Southern Vermont will go for 1 and 1.
Devontae Jordan at the line shooting 1 and 1.
Dayton not the most high-use player for the Jumbos, but it's really aggravating for Coach Sheldon to have a player already with 3 fouls.
Had a great athletic layup already.
And Jordan hits the front end.
What stuck out to you so far, Matt?
What's that?
What stuck out to you so far?
Really how Tufts has been able to keep their offense going without Vincent Pace. They've found their groove. It took a little while, but They were met by fierce defense from Southern Vermont, but they've handled it well, including facing full court pressure like that.
That is a big shock for a team to rely on one man so heavily to then have him go out immediately.
And stolen away by Carter. And wide open with the three, no good from Taylor, and it'll be Tufts ball.
Timeout on the floor.
And we've got another media timeout. So if you look at the stats in this one so far, both teams shooting under 40%, both right around 35% in this game. And but Tufts really doing it from outside, 4 of 10 from deep. Southern Vermont only 1 of 10. They'll need Vermeerski to get going here.
They're not getting bad shots either. They just really haven't been able to put it in this half. You'd think in the second half that would be suspect to change with their shooting history.
Yeah, 37%, 2% advantage over the Jumbos, so both can rein it in. But Southern Vermont will really have to get a few to get back into this one. And that's how we saw Skidmore come back into their game. They hit 9 threes in their game. And, you know, when it comes to March, three-point shooting, it can make a team and it can end a team.
Got a nice view of the fans right here.
Yeah, a lot of green, mostly Southern Vermont, some still left over from Skidmore. But we're packed to the rafters here in Cousins. That's Tufts. Might be volleyball up front.
They're having fun.
So 7-point advantage for the Jumbos here. Also, if there are any analysts out there from D3 Hoops or any other media outlets that cover D3 basketball, feel free to email Tufts JumboCast, or excuse me, email JumboCast@gmail.com. We might be able to Skype you into our game tomorrow at halftime so you could talk about the teams here. And back under 4 minutes remaining in the half. Spataford tried to find Feldman there under the hoop. And he'll launch the long two. Pileski tips the board around. Haladinha gets it and finishes off the glass.
Great second effort by Pileski there.
Taylor driving, and he gets it past Pileski. Might have been fouled, too.
Yeah, there was definitely contact on that one.
Smith into Pileski. Double team comes.
He had an open Spataford right under the rim.
And offensive foul there from Haladinha.
No basket. Offensive foul on Tufts number 11, Stephen Haladinha.
And a look there at the charge. Drawn by Hall.
That was a little questionable.
And pulling one right out of Haladinha's book there that we saw earlier. Tufts in a 2-3 zone. And they're going to force Vermont to shoot over them. Taylor driving on Pileski, swatted away. It'll stay on this end.
My God.
And some of the Jumbo fans there. And open shot for Carter, and that's well off the mark. So Tufts with a solid lead here, but haven't been able to blow it open to double digits too much. Feldman guarded closely by Taylor. And Smith steps back from the elbow. Rattles
Pretty
out.
move.
That'll stay with the Jumbos.
Most impressive for the Jumbos is holding this team to 30 points in the first half so far.
Yeah, both teams held under what they would typically average in a half. Feldman baseline jumper, he's fouled, he'll go to the line.
Southern Vermont foul is on number 3, Rayshawn Taylor. That's his second personal team limit. Ethan Feldman at the line has 2
And that's
shots.
Rayshawn Taylor's second foul. Feldman good on the first. And a look there at Vincent Pace on the end of the bench. He is in warm-up clothes and a sweatshirt there, and you can see the crutches in the background, so clearly not returning to this game.
Good to see him back, though.
And Feldman makes it 2, so Tufts perfect 11-11 from the free throw line today. And another foul on the jump shot. That's Goldsmith who will go to the line.
Tufts foul is on number 11, Stephen.
Vermont needed that right now to break the Tufts momentum.
And Haladina has picked up his 3rd foul, so a couple jumbos with foul trouble already.
Nate Goldsmith at the line.
And Haladina, the leading scorer for the jumbos with 12 points. Coach Sheldon might want to consider taking him out before the half.
I definitely would. With another player already with 3 fouls, that makes it a very tricky situation.
Goldsmith hits the first. That's the second. And Thomas Lapham will come in to replace Haladina. So the freshman making his game debut. And Goldsmith gets all 3. And Lapham will have to deal with this full court pressure here. Smith driving, and his pass goes out of bounds as he falls.
He wanted a call on that one, I think.
6-point game now, minute 15 left in the first half. Tufts in man-to-man. And Taylor makes his way to the hoop. Pileski came out to try to steal it.
And they go man-to-man, they lose Pileski in the paint. So interesting decision there. You'd think they'd stick with the zone that has been so good tonight.
And timeout from Tufts, so their lead whittled down to 4 points now. And make sure you join us for the halftime show. You can tweet questions to @TuftsJumboCast. Certainly an exciting first half here. In the previous game, it seemed like a game was over by half. Personally, I thought it was, but Skidmore proved me wrong. So both teams certainly with a shot in this one.
I came in when they were down 15 points in the last one. I was shocked to see the ending. Although this game has all the makings of a similarly electrifying finish with only a 4-point spread so far and both teams playing very intensely.
And not a sloppy game either. Tufts with only 5 turnovers, Southern Vermont with only 4. So teams are controlling the ball well. And Tufts with a 4 rebound advantage so far, 25-21. And Southern Vermont trapping Smith. Feldman launches the 3, hits it. Ethan Feldman making an impact here, the freshman.
Big shot for him. And not his first of the half.
So 8 points now for Feldman. 16 on the shot clock for the Mountaineers. Hall drives and blocked by Pileski. He's got 3 or 4 today.
Southern Vermont ball.
Pileski just has a knack for that, for the timing of it. Almost never leaves his feet.
Hall's open 3 is no good. Spataford with the rebound. Tufts will have 20 seconds left with no shot clock.
They should try to hold it here for the last shot.
And they'll call timeout. So 7.3 seconds left. Who do you go here with if you're Tufts to take the shot?
That would give them a big lead heading into the second half right now.
And who would you go to?
I'd go to Pileski.
Pulaski? No.
I would go into paint. You can see right there some Jumbo fans. Oh, they're dancing too. They're getting into it.
You can see the Southern Vermont warm-ups have wreckage written on the back of them. And the Tufts warm-ups, I know they say "we out." But for the promotional ad on the Tufts Athletics website, once they made the tournament, they had plastered across "we in."
I like that.
You'd hate to see if Tufts were to lose in the tournament, other teams maybe using their slogan against them. You know, "we out." And you don't want to be out of the tournament.
Then they'd be back out, yeah.
So I guess they're going with "we in" right now. 4 seconds left. Smith has to get a shot
Let's
off.
see if they can make it in.
And he will turn it over. So going into halftime, Tufts will have a 42-35 advantage over Southern Vermont. And it's been exciting so far. Make sure you join us for the halftime show. Tweet your questions to @Tufts JumboCast and join us for the halftime show and the second half. Welcome back to Cousins Gymnasium with JumboCast. I'm Matt Macy Phelps with Sam Ladow here. Tufts with a 42-35 advantage at the half. Sam, what did you see from that first half?
I was shocked by the three-point shooting for Southern Vermont, a team that shoots it some of the best not only in their conference but in general. Is 1 for 13 with Bramirski, their leading shooter, going 0 for 3.
Yeah, Bramirski tried a couple long ones. Maybe he'll have to get free and just keep shooting them in the second half. Tufts, on the other end, they went 5 of 11 from 3. So certainly a tale of two different stories there.
Especially without Vincent Pace going 5 for 11. That's great news for Tufts for them.
Yeah, of course, Vincent Pace, the sophomore leading scorer for the Jumbos, going down in the first possession of the game, really. He was walking around with a very large knee brace. It was destabilizing that knee, so he's certainly out for the rest of the game. We'll have to see if he has any positive outlook for the rest of the tournament, potentially, if the Jumbos move on.
It looked like a bad fall. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. That's going to greatly impact them for the rest of the tournament now.
Yeah, but the Jumbos finding scoring elsewhere. Stephen Haladinha with 12 points in the game. We've got a tweet here from BEWEBI. Tufts JumboCast, seeing Pace go down reminded me of Hannah Foley last year, of course, from the women's team, one of their best players. Can they still make a tourney run?
I actually had the same thought when I saw him go down about Hannah Foley, and I would say that they can based on tonight. An inside game with Pileski and Smith has worked well for them, getting everyone else involved with kickouts. And I would say they have the overall team chemistry and depth to pull it off.
Yeah, certainly a tough blow, but they found scoring elsewhere. Tom Pileski with 8 points, and Ethan Feldman, the freshman coming off the bench, with a surprising 8 points, 2 for 2 from the line and 2 for 4 from deep.
He looked confident out there. He looked good. He was shooting it without any second thought, and I really thought that if he can bring that for the next game tomorrow, if they win this, that's huge for them.
Yeah, especially Everett Dayton, one of the other guards for the Jumbos, with 3 fouls already. He played impressively on the court except for those fouls.
Definitely. And Deshaun Hamlet and Hall Casey now really have to put their team on their back for the second half if they want to extend their tournament hopes.
Yeah,
Deshaun played well in the first half.
Yeah, impressive play. 4 for 7 from the field, 8 points so far. It's been challenging, 4 inches shorter than Tom Pileski to get shots over him, but he's done a good job.
Pileski's done that to the tune of 4 blocks already that have all been emphatic.
Yeah, certainly changing shots around the rim.
Definitely, there's a gravity to him. He's huge. I would not want to go in there at all. That sounds terrible, especially being 4 inches shorter. But he's got a lot of gravity to him, Hamlet. He's got strength to him. So the second half should be interesting. They got a good battle there.
Yeah, so Tufts just about at their average so far. Southern Vermont with lacking a little bit on the offensive production, but both teams living up to the hype of an offensive battle here.
Definitely. You'd have to assume that 1 for 13 is not going to stay in the second half for Southern Vermont. They're just too good at the three-point ball for that to continue.
Yeah, if they just hit a few more of those threes in the first half, we could have a tie ball game on our hands. So.
Absolutely. Tufts shooting 11 for 11 from the free throw line also. Definitely a big help in this tournament.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep that up. So make sure you join us for the second half here in a few minutes. Stay tuned. Yeah, welcome back to Cousins Gymnasium for the second half between the Tufts Jumbos and the Southern Vermont College Mountaineers. Tufts with a 42-35 lead coming out of the first half. Leading the way is Stephen Haladina with 12 points. Adding to that are Tom Pileski and Ethan Feldman with 8. And on Southern Vermont's end, it's Deshaun Hamlet, the senior, leading the way with 8 points, as well as Rayshawn Taylor and Devontae Jordan with 7 apiece.
And as you can see, very strong dancing during the halftime.
Everyone getting in their groove here. And James working his way down low. Rebound, Pileski.
Good up and under, but just not able to spin it home.
Spafford drives, lays it off to Pileski, and it rolls in.
That's the second great pass from Spafford on the run. Not easy to do.
And Hamlet frees himself up down low. Gets the layup.
You have to imagine they go a lot to Hamlet in the second half right now.
Smith. Hang ball down to Pileski. Layup off the glass is good.
I've been watching him for a long time now, and he's really got a finesse to everything. He looks like a big man and a grinder, but when he puts it up there, there's a rhythm to it.
Casey Hall, three-pointer, good from the top of the key.
Casey Hall, their NCC, I think it was all-player.
And miscommunication from Spafford and Smith. Demirski gets a free up top and gets the 3 to go. Right when they needed him, William Demirski gets his first three-pointer of the game.
My favorite celebration might have been the coach on that one. He really jumped in the air. He was excited.
Haladina tries to answer, and he does. We've got a shootout here.
This is a ball game. That's when it's fun, when teams are going back and forth, killing it from deep. Especially the distance on that last one from Demirski. That was impressive.
And frees himself up again. He'll launch a mid-range, and the rebound is tipped out to Engvall.
They're moving it fast.
Haladina kicks to Smith. Open Engvall in the corner. Three-pointer is well short. James with the board.
Demirski did not shoot it well that first half, but in the second half, you'd have to imagine that changes.
And James taking it all the way. No one stepping in to help.
And it is a 4-point game just like that. Strong start right now from Vermont.
Spafford with a mismatch on Demirski. Kicks it out to Haladina. Three-pointer is short. Gets a crazy bounce and almost goes. Hamlet.
Hamlet has Smith on him, which has happened a lot. They must be doing a good job screening to get that mismatch.
And James kicks it out. Demirski launches from 27 feet. No good. It might have been a little further than that.
That was an NBA shot practically from that.
Smith pulls it out. Pileski working on Hamlet. And the hook is left short.
It's almost out of bounds when he shot it.
Hall left open again. Makes another 3. So a 1-point game here. Casey Hall has made 2 threes in this half.
And look at that coach. He's fired up. He's loving it. Although they are dressed exactly like the villains from the movie Dodgeball, he is still doing a great job showing his enthusiasm.
Pileski finds Spafford cutting in. Layup is good.
This is the game we expected when we came in, a high offensive powered game.
Tufts up by 3. Only 4 minutes into this second half here. Hall, and couldn't decide there. It looks like he was passing to Hamlet. So a turnover, and we'll go into a media timeout now. So an exciting start here. And Haladina's upped his total to 15 points, and Deshaun Hamlet's up to 10, but working his way up. Casey Hall up to 8 points now.
Back-to-back threes for Hall, and he really put a dent in their momentum right now, cutting this to a three-point. And his shot looks pure, too. There's a great flick of the wrist on that.
And we were talking about Coach Dan Engelstad getting fired up on the sideline there with those threes. He's in his third year as coach of the Mountaineers, and it's his second straight year earning NECC Coach of the Year honors. He was named the Hoopter.com Coach of the Week back in February, and he broke the program's all-time win record with 65 wins now in only 82 games.
He looks on the verge of being fired up in that photo. He looks like he's already incredibly angry.
Yeah, certainly staring down one of his players in that picture. Not sure who.
I would not want to be on the receiving end of that.
And there's President Monaco, the president of Tufts University there in the middle.
The great sweater vest. Keeping it real.
Looks like it might be a Tufts Veterinary School vest.
We need to get him out on the court.
What position would he play?
Center.
Center?
Yep, against Pileski.
So Drew Madsen in the game now, replacing Pileski, and Everett Dayton in as well, replacing Spatterford. And Vermont coming out with the same lineup. Haladina sneaks a layup there. He'll go to the line, fouled by, I believe it was Hall.
Son of a foul is on number 3, Rayshawn Taylor. That's
It
his
was on
third
Taylor,
personal
excuse me.
first
That's
team
Taylor's
foul.
third.
Stephen Haladina at the line has 2 shots.
He's having himself a game right now. If he can continue this, it's going to be a big boon for the Jumbos.
And that's the first missed free throw by the Jumbos in the game. And
Correction, the foul was on number 35.
no, I was right.
Casey Hall,
Foul
his
is on
second
Casey Hall, so
personal
that's
foul.
Hall's second. So Taylor will go back down to 2. And Haladina makes the second.
Returning for Southern
Nate
Vermont,
Goldsmith
number
back into the
0,
game.
Nate Goldsmith.
Replacing Hamlet.
You
And
can see
there's
there a very large face sitting in the stands.
Haladina poking his eyes over. And he's the leading scorer in the game here with 16, I believe.
It was like the eyes in The Great Gatsby, like T.J. Eckerberg kind of just watching the game.
Goldsmith working on Engvall. He'll throw up a wild shot, and it's rebounded by Engvall. Haladina gets by Bramirski. Floater is good. Haladina having himself a day.
Great change of pace on that. He's locked in.
And James
that
with
was
the
a
travel
travel.
down low. Shuffled the feet.
I like to see them try to get back to Casey Hall the way he started out the second half. With his height, he can really get a shot off from anywhere on the court.
And Pileski's back into the game, replacing Madsen. And Haladina's season high is 22 points coming against Williams, so we'll see if he can surpass that total here tonight.
Seems like he can.
Pileski guarded by Hall, off the glass, can't get it to roll in. And Goldsmith fouled hard on the other end.
Good drive there by Goldsmith, going right into the thick of things.
First personal, first team foul. Nate Goldsmith at the line has 2 shots.
That's the first personal on Pileski, so no foul trouble whatsoever for the big man. Goldsmith hits the first. And Devontae Jordan will come back in, replacing
Returning for
Josh
Southern
Borders.
Vermont, number 30, Devontae Jordan.
Goldsmith makes them both. 4-point game now. SVC coming with the full court pressure.
Barely early into the second half, too, for full court pressure. You wonder if they're going to tire themselves out with this.
And they'll call a held ball there. It'll stay with the Jumbos. But a good job by Jordan and James. And a little scrap coming in here. Pulaski getting in. And Casey Hall getting in on the action too. And
first NCAA tournament for both teams. They're both very passionate right now.
Referees will talk it out. Seemed like the SVC players were grabbing the ball from Haladina sort of unwarranted. And that got Pulaski's attention.
One thing you don't want is Pulaski's bad attention.
Yeah, he'll swat your shot for that.
Yeah, he will.
So we'll see what the call is. Looks like it'll just be Tufts ball. No harm, no foul. But the referee's trying to take control of this. They don't want to get out of hands, especially a tournament game. That's when you get angry fans.
The fans are getting into it on that one from both sides.
So James covering the inbound from Haladina. Dayton pull up from just inside the three-point line. It's no good. And rebounded by James. Hall. And he passes to the bench. He had no one there. Thought he was fouled, but.
His coach did too. They're both arguing the call right now. That's questionable. I thought he was fouled too.
And Dayton getting right by Bramirski. Finger roll, rolls out. That would have got the crowd on their feet.
That was a great move. That was a pretty crossover.
We'll go in the Hall. Swatted by Pulaski. Dayton comes away with the board, and he's fouled by Hall.
That's why you don't anger the Giant.
Southern Vermont foul is on number 35, Casey Hall. That's his third personal, second team.
That makes it the fifth block for Pulaski too. He's really having himself a defensive game right now. Impressive with Hall too, because Hall can match his height.
Yeah, Hall listed at 6'6" as he hits the bench with Bramirski. Taylor coming back into the game along with Hamlet. Pulaski guarded by Hamlet. Loses the handle. He'll shoot the three. It's good! Big Tom from outside.
Big shot by Big Tom, and he was happy about it. So is the crowd at home.
And a poor pass there. James now puts up a floater off the corner of the glass. Tariq Smith comes away. Tufts in transition.
Had to do that to escape the long arm of Pulaski.
And Engvall finishes over Goldsmith. Southern Vermont might want a timeout here. 9-point deficit for the Mountaineers.
I agree. It seems like another shift of momentum right now.
Taylor passing up on the three. His floater rolls out. And James can't get it to go.
They're fighting under there.
Haladina with the ball, and he's fouled. And Tufts with all the momentum right now. All the Jumbos on their feet. And they'll call timeout. Tufts with a 9-point advantage.
Big swing. You can see the crowd there.
And Pulaski up to 15 points now, 6 for 11 from the floor, including that one three-pointer there.
Matt, you've been watching Pulaski for a while. How long has he had this range?
I mean, he's really honed it in this year. He hasn't taken too many threes, but for most of the season, he was above 50%. And I don't think I'm wrong, but I think he's over 50% still on the season.
That's a tremendous achievement to be able to block shots with that amount and then go back and hit that percentage.
And we're back with our definitely the fan of the game right here with the Rangers shirt on. He's already into baseball season, but he's getting into it at this basketball game. I think he's over in the Southern Vermont section.
That might be our MVP of the game. He should have been our keys to the game.
Yeah, dance moves. The fan dance moves have an enormous impact.
They do. They make or break your squad.
So it'll be Tufts ball here. Southern Vermont with 3 players in the backcourt pressing.
Back up to 9 points right now for the Jumbos on their latest swing.
A very entertaining second half so far. Only just over 7 minutes through this half, and it's Tufts 17, Southern Vermont 15 after the break.
With Vermont's ability to shoot it, they're never really out of a game until it's over.
And they've hit 3 threes in this half, so they've improved in that respect. Pileski hands off to Dayton, driving baseline. Finger rolls left way short.
Crowd wanted a double dribble on that. Another block by Pileski.
And a foul called on the floor here. It's Everett Dayton, and that's his 4th personal foul.
Second team foul.
Ethan Feldman into the game now for the Jumbos. And Dayton will come out. Haladinha back in.
Returning for Tufts, number 11, Stephen Haladinha.
I think they would have liked to give Haladinha more rest, but with 4 fouls, they really got to put him back in.
Jordan with the inbounds finds Hamlet quickly, but he drops the pass. Haladinha on the floor, and he's fouled by Hamlet. And Hamlet with an ill-advised foul there. Haladinha on the floor, he looked trapped. He didn't have to foul him.
Southern Vermont foul is on number 11, Deshaun Hamlet. It's his 3rd personal, 4th team foul.
So that's Hamlet's 3rd foul. And Tariq Smith will come back in, replacing Ben Engvall.
And Hamlet is talking to any Jumbo player within earshot right now. He's really going for it, which I personally like. I like it when they get into it.
Yeah, got to have an edge in the tournament.
Pileski really wants it.
Spatterford in the paint, throws up a runner. That's rebounded by Taylor. Going quick the other way. And Jordan with another offensive rebound. His layup doesn't go, but he pulls it away from Spatterford. Nice move, and it's swatted by Pileski. Wow. Pileski standing tall. Jordan can't get around him.
Great move and great block.
Yeah, I love that move by Jordan. He really burned Pileski, but then Pileski said, no, I'm going to use my foot of height advantage over you and swatted into the stands.
Pileski did not have to jump for that one.
And in my eyes, I think Jordan and Pileski might be the best players on the court today in this game.
I agree. Jordan has shown a great amount of heart with his height to get those offensive rebounds, and then to go against Pileski in of itself. That shows a lot of determination. Most players wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he might have the highest vertical of all the players on the court here. There he is for his first rebound. Pulls it away from Spatterford. It's that nice hesitation switch on Pileski, but then he swats it over to the fans.
And then you can see both players get into it a little afterwards, but they're riled up. They're excited. This is a big game.
So Tufts up 9 with 11.5 to go. And if you look at the stats now, Hamlet at 10 points, Jeff James and Casey Hall both with 8, and Rayshawn Taylor with 7, as well as Devontae Jordan with 7 for the Mountaineers. And on Tufts, it's still Stephen Haladinha leading the way with 18 points. Pileski right there with 15, and Ryan Spatterford 1 point away from a double-double. He's got 9 points and 10 boards so far.
Impressive game from Spatterford, showing a lot of passion every time he's down the court. His eyes are just very focused every time. He's not looking around. He's just looking at the ball.
And tweet there from Finn Nico. We're watching Tufts basketball from the Jumbo Dome. I didn't know Cousins had that new nickname. Maybe it'll stick. As a civil engineer, I'll say it's not a dome, but that's just me. And another block from Pileski.
He's having himself a game right now.
7 for the junior. And Tufts will settle into their offense. They'll go right to Pileski, low post.
He wants to go back at it. Him and Hamlet.
He's going to try to take over this game. Finds Feldman. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
The freshman again making an impact.
Southern Vermont foul is on number 3, Rayshawn Taylor. That's his 3rd personal.
Taylor picks up his 3rd foul.
Ethan Feldman at the line has 2 shots.
What are you thinking about this Pileski defense right now?
I mean, he's really the Energizer Bunny for the Jumbos right now. As Feldman hits the first 7 blocks in a game, he's I think that's probably his 2nd highest on the season.
You'd think with him in the paint, they'd really go back to their 3-point shooting.
And Feldman gets into double figures with the free throws. But they don't have Bremirski in the game. He's at the scorer's table, so he's about to come back in.
That's what they need right now.
Jordan with a nice find to Hamlet and a foul on the floor here. So Bremirski, Hall, and Borders will come back in for Southern Vermont. Hamlet, Jordan, and James back to the bench. Hall from the corner. Rebounded by Feldman.
That's the shot they need, though. He had space and he had time.
Smith takes it himself. He's blocked out by Hall.
Good block there.
Returning for Tufts, number 3, Ryan
And Spatford returns, replacing Feldman.
Feldman really having himself a game.
Pileski guarded by Hall.
Another good matchup.
Works his way under, and it bounces out. We've seen a few of those finishes rattle out of the rim for Pileski. And a quick move the other way by Goldsmith, but the layup doesn't go. And Lapham into the game for the Jumbos at the point.
Hall's wingspan really allows him to compete with Pileski on those low block moves as they're going at it again down there.
Five on the shot clock. Smith launches the 3, and it rattles out. Southern Vermont ball, and Jeff James comes into the game, replacing Rayshawn Taylor.
Returning for Tufts, number 32.
And Madsen comes in to replace Pileski. So halfway through the second half, Tufts has increased their lead to 11 points now. Bremirski left open for the 3 off the screen. Rebound, Haladinha.
These are definitely shots he's going to want back.
Smith.
He's got all the handles.
Lapham steps back, no good. And James in transition, it was swatted out by Haladinha.
James is frustrated with the no calls that he's not getting right now. I didn't look to Bremirski. No.
Open look there for Borders. And Lapham comes away with it.
Tough go of it right now for Vermont.
And they're getting open looks. Smith, step back long 2. And Bremirski runs the fast break. Wide open Goldsmith. He'll lay it off the glass.
Jumbos needed to get back quicker for that. Vermont can really run it up the floor that they've shown so far.
Haladinha, open 3. No good.
Off and running there again.
It's Borders. Goldsmith from the free throw line. Makes it 2 baskets in a row.
Goldsmith is not shy right now. He's going for it. He's trying to get his team back.
And like that, it's a 7-point game. Coach Sheldon telling the Jumbos to settle down. Paladina driving, makes his way past the defense and finishes at the rim.
What a game for him.
20 points now for the senior.
2 away from the season high.
Goldsmith now. Foul and one. Goldsmith scoring 3 possessions in a row.
He's putting them on his back right now every time down the floor, as you see in this replay here. Look at that bounce step. Great agility.
That's his first personal 4th team foul.
Drew Madsen picks up his first foul. And Goldsmith averages 9.6 points per game.
Ah, there we have an answer to your Jumbo Dome, Matt.
An old nickname, class of 97. Original NCAA squad, so they went to the NCAA tournament back in the 90s. So we'll go with the Jumbo Dome. It's got a ring to it.
I like it.
Yeah. Cousins is a nice name, but it doesn't have like the ring of like a Carzo Cage or
No.
Jumbo Dome.
No, Jumbo Dome is clearly. Also, it's been a good place for these past 2 games with raucous crowds.
Yeah, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Make sure you join us for that game. And of course, we're sending the call out to any college basketball analysts. If you're out there, you can email JumboCast@gmail.com. We might be able to Skype you in for our broadcast. We'd love to have you on. And the Skidmore Thoroughbreds anxiously waiting to see who they'll be playing tomorrow. Tufts holding on to a 7-point lead right now, under 8 minutes to go. So it's Southern Vermont and Nate Goldsmith not making it easy.
If you were the Thoroughbreds, who do you want to match up with?
No, that's tough to say. Tufts certainly with more size. Southern Vermont slightly better shooters when they're on. And Goldsmith completes the 3-point play, so we've got a 6-point game here.
Shooting's definitely very dangerous. When they go off, very hard to stop.
Rayshawn Taylor back in the game. And also another thing to consider, Vincent Pace might not be ready for tomorrow, so Skidmore might want to face Tufts without their leading scorer.
Although it hasn't shown so far. We'll see how they close out the game.
Dayton. Pulaski thought about the 3. Dayton kicks it to Engvall.
Dangerous pass.
And 3 seconds on the shot clock for Pulaski. The hook shot is short, but Spataford's there with the board. And Tufts will bring it out. Engvall now. And almost goes for the dunk. And Southern Vermont will get the rebound. Borders finds Bramirski, open 3.
You knew that was going up.
But he's well off the mark tonight.
He's going to go. Oh, I thought he was going to go again.
Borders left open, hits it. 3-point game.
If you're not on, you got to move the rock.
Timeout.
Big swing there. Tufts almost had a dunk. It ended up being a 3-point shot for the other team.
And Engvall had a chance there on the baseline. He might have wanted to go for the layup instead. So 7 minutes remaining. We've got a thriller here.
Great back-to-back games.
So Haladini up to 20 points. Pulaski at 15. On the other end, Goldsmith is now leading the Mountaineers in scoring with 12 points, including 6 of 6 from the line.
That's where he's been doing his work, driving into the hole and getting to contact. He's got a big, strong body.
So everyone in the press now.
Vermont doing a good job of pressuring the Jumbos.
Engvall working down low, gets the foul and the basket.
Big shot there. The momentum was changing back, but there he goes, and he takes it, as you can see on this replay. Good spin move, too.
And in addition, that's Casey Hall's 4th foul. Southern Vermont can't afford to have him on the bench for the rest of the game.
Very big.
And that's the 6th foul on Southern Vermont, so Tufts will shoot from here on out.
That could be a defining play in the game.
Engvall finishes, and it's back up to a 6-point margin.
They're going to have to take Hamlet back in soon.
Hall works into the paint, gets around Pileski and finishes. And he knocks down our camera too. So no more baseline cam for today.
That's how you know it's a strong move.
Dayton finds Spataford. And it goes off Spataford's knee, says the referee. Spataford looking for a foul by Bramirski, but doesn't get one. And Deshaun Hamlet will come back into the game, replacing Hall. So 4-point spread, 6 minutes remaining.
Who would you go to right now?
I'd go to Goldsmith.
Me too.
And foul on the floor. Of course, Goldsmith's on the bench right now.
I'd still go to him.
And Spataford called for his second foul. Tufts only had 5 fouls so far in the half. Tariq Smith replaces Dayton. But maybe go to Hamlet. And Bramirski coming off the screen. Hamlet now gets around Pileski. A lot of fouls called on the floor. That'll be Pileski's second. There's a look at Goldsmith with a hot hand here in the second half.
Got to cool it off with the water bottle. 2 near continuations for Vermont.
James. Bramirski. They'll work it down to Taylor. His ball away is good from the baseline. We've got a 1-possession game here. And the Tufts offense has stalled.
They've lost 2 9-point leads now.
Pileski, jump shot, no good. Engvall at the board, goes up. Doesn't get the shot, but he'll go to the line.
Again, offensive rebounds coming up very large.
That's his 4th personal.
Pileski was right there too for the second putback.
And Engvall at the line.
And Rayshon Taylor called for his 4th personal foul. Engvall good on the first. And Goldsmith will come back in to replace Taylor.
Good free throw shooting day for the Jumbos.
As a team now, I believe 16 of 17. And make it 16 of 18, curse of the commentator. Bramirski, Goldsmith now driving. Layup no good. There with the rebound is Hamlet. 1-point game now. 5 minutes to go.
Offensive, nobody's boxing out anymore.
Engvall takes it himself. He's blocked, and foul's called on Goldsmith.
As you can see there's our down camera. Not getting a bad view still. Got some good hands.
Yeah, thanks to Casey Hall there. Of course, he was working hard, so we won't blame him.
We'll go back to that if the game's on the line.
So Engvall back on the line. Engvall hits.
These are big. Even with 5 minutes left, these are still big.
He gets them both, so Tufts shooting 90% from the free throw line tonight.
I'd go back to Goldsmith.
Tufts in a 2-3 zone.
Looks like they will.
Bramirski thought about it. Kicks it out. James now.
7 on the shot
Goldsmith,
clock.
free throw line, doesn't go. Spataford with the hard rebound.
Battlefield's a good rebounder, really gets in there.
Spataford now with 13 boards on the game.
Very impressive.
Smith. Hang ball in the paint, guarded by Bremirski, swatted out by Hamlet.
Quite the block.
And Casey Hall will come back in.
Gonna see that again.
Getting up.
I would not have wanted to be in that basketball.
Haladina guarded by Hall. Hall blocked the shot, but Haladina gets the rebound. Layup doesn't go. James the other way. Spin move. Off the glass, good.
Great spin move.
A quick 2 points for the Mountaineers.
He's able to readjust his body in the air to square up.
Smith going to the hoop. He's fouled on the floor.
If I'm the Jumbos, I attack the hoop right now. Especially with the foul trouble.
And we've got our final media timeout here, so 3:37 left to go. Tufts with a 1-point lead over Southern Vermont. And
I may be wrong, but I think the score was 68-69 in the last game.
At one point, yeah, they finished close just like this one.
And what does that make you want to do? It makes you want to dance.
A little bit of Fetty Wap. Got to see him a couple weeks ago in concert.
Really? How was that?
It was incredible. He's the sensation of 2015, so hopefully he continues it on and has success with his future albums. You can use the hashtag NCAA D3. A lot of action going around Division III tonight with the first round games. And we'll narrow it down to Sweet 16 tomorrow.
And there you can see Fetty Wap in a red shirt on the right.
He's on his RGF island. No, he's on an SVC island. So back to this one. 69-68, advantage Tufts. And it'll actually be Smith on the line, shooting 1-1. Southern Vermont with 9 fouls, so after this, it'll be double bonus the rest of the way for the Jumbos.
That's going to play a big role.
Tufts with 6 fouls, so Southern Vermont will shoot the rest of the game. And Smith, no good. Mountaineers with a chance to take the lead. They haven't had that in a while.
Not until the very, very early possessions of the game.
Hall. Pull up long 2, no good. Smith getting up for the rebound, tips it to Pileski.
Hamlet almost had that.
Three minutes remaining.
I'd go back to Pileski.
Pileski kicks it out to Smith, back into Pileski. Turns around and hits from 10 feet.
Big shot, big turnaround. They needed that one bad. That was a stopgap.
Tufts up 3. Jeff James with the ball.
Hamlet wanted it. He still wants it. I think they're going to go to him.
Pulls up for the 3 and hits it. Jeff James ties it up.
What a shot. And their coach is riled up. Whole team is riled up. Hell of a shot to tie it up.
Spataford pulls up from the top of the key, banks it in! It's a 2, long 2.
Both teams have done a great job responding to each other's big shots. What a game.
Hamlet now. Will James shoot again? No. Bremirski trying to get free. Hall, long two. That's short. Engvall with the rebound. Minute 40 remaining. Several possessions left for both teams.
It's crunch time now. This is where it comes down.
Tufts taking their time. Engvall goes to Pileski. It's tipped. Hamlet with a nice back tip on Pileski. It's James the other way, and he's fouled by Engvall, so James will go to the line for 1 and 1.
And what has been a very clean game regarding turnovers. That's a very poorly timed turnover for the Jumbos.
So Deshaun Hamlet.
And now these are very big free throws.
Hamlet, unquestionably the top player on this Mountaineer squad, coming up with a huge turnover there.
There you see Jeff's game's all-around game, collecting 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game.
And this is the front end of the 1 and 1. Engvall with the rebound. They'll call it tie ball, so it'll be Southern Vermont's. Well, I thought Engvall had possession of that, but
I did too.
It'll go to the Mountaineers. Jeff James now the leading scorer for the Mountaineers with 13 points tonight, well over his season average.
Now they get a second chance to tie it back up. So if they go to Bramirski.
Bramirski kicks it out. Hall, James now.
That's some
Hall.
openings.
Bramirski from way out. Hits it! Bramirski taking the lead.
What a shot!
Finally gets a deep three to go when his team needs it most.
That was from out there.
And Tufts, Haladinha in the corner. Hits it with the answer! Steven Haladinha having the game of his life. And with that three, he sets his own season high with 23 points.
Absolutely amazing sequence there.
William Bramirski from 26 feet out gets it to go for the lead.
Maybe farther, and look from pretty much where that floating head is.
And you know, a little interesting note, if we can, here's the replay from Bramirski. Spataford was caught out, and Bramirski splashed it in with a rainbow arc. If we can get a replay of the Haladinha three.
Shocking that Haladinha was wide open on that.
Well, an interesting note, Coach Sheldon was trying to call timeout when Tariq Smith had the ball on offense. The referees did not see him. Smith found Haladinha wide open. I have to wonder. All right, you couldn't see it there, but Haladinha was wide open. You couldn't see it, but Sheldon was trying, he motioned with his hands to call timeout, it looked like. So maybe the Southern Vermont players were confused and thought the Tufts had called the timeout.
That'd be one-way strategy.
Yeah, the whistle certainly didn't blow, so you can't blame it on the referees in there. But Haladinha putting the team on his back, Tufts with a 2-point lead with 50 seconds to go.
Very clutch. That's a season riding on your fingertips there. That's not easy at all.
It's March, baby. It's the month of madness.
It is, and you can hear it in the stadium right now.
Everyone's on their feet. Fans of both teams. So on the floor, it's Smith, Haladinha, Engvall, Pileski, and Spataford for the Jumbos. For the Mountaineers, it's Hamlet, Hall, Borders, Bramirski, and James. 45 seconds left.
Hamlet wants it.
James up top, guarded by Engvall. Bramirski guarded by Smith. Nothing for Bramirski, throws it up. It's a brick, and there's a foul called. It'll be on Tufts. No, it'll be on Southern Vermont. Tufts ball, they'll have free throws coming.
You can see the fans there.
Deshaun Hamlet called for the foul. That's his fourth personal on the rebound.
Big call.
Ooh, I thought it was on Tufts at first, but then the referee pointed for the Jumbos. So with 25 seconds left, Ryan Spataford, the senior, will have 2 shots.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, it was on the shot. You could definitely see Spataford got knocked back on his backside. So Spataford with a clutch chance here, and he puts it short. So the senior had the clutch shot from the top of the key, banked it in earlier, but leaves the free throw short. He'll have to make this one
With 25 seconds left, you think this comes down now to one possession after this?
And Spataford makes it, so Tufts with a cushion now. Southern Vermont will need a 3 to tie, or they can go for a quick 2 here.
Interesting to see what they do.
And they'll call timeout, so 24.2 remaining. Tufts 77, Southern Vermont 74.
Do you go for the quick 2 in this situation, or do you hold it for the 3?
Honestly, it's whatever look you get. So you try to get a shot off within the first 8 to 10 seconds, and you hope it's a 3. You know, some coaches will go for the 2, but personally, percentage game, I go for the 3 in this case.
I think with this team, you go for the 3.
I think with the way Tufts is shooting free throws in this, if you force them to the line, they'll probably hit. So at some point, you'll most likely need a 3. So I would go for it now, go for the tie.
Tufts is going to be very careful with Bremirski.
Yeah, Bremirski finally finding his touch, but finding it just at the right time. And this man finding his touch as well. I don't think he knows he's on this live broadcast here, but
he is excited, though. And do you think Stephen Halladini's floating head knows either? That's the question. Probably not. And now it's eating a child.
So Halladino leading the way with 23 points tonight, 4 of 7 from 3. And he's got a double-double with 10 rebounds as well. So it'll be Southern Vermont ball. So like no changes to the lineup for either team.
Nearly every player on the team here is a threat from three-point range.
It'll be Borders inbounding. Jeff James with the ball, 24 seconds left. A trip to the second round on the line, and a foul is called on the floor. So Southern Vermont will have a 1-and-1 here. Spataford called for the foul. Southern Vermont with a quick chance at getting points, but they'll have to make their free throws. Spataford's third foul.
Not exactly a bad turnout for either team there.
And Jeff James is a 67.8% shooter. It's not the worst person to put at the line. And he misses the front end, so it'll be jumbo ball.
They got a foul.
And it'll be James doing the fouling. We saw Bremirski fly over to the bench when he was trying to foul. So 15.6 seconds left. Engvall will have a chance to make it a 5-point game here and really seal it for the Jumbos.
Ben Engvall at the line has 2 shots.
And tonight, Engvall is 4 of 5 from the line.
This game has come down to the line. In a lot of senses.
Doesn't get it to go, so still one possession. Tufts started out immensely with their free throw shooting, but have slipped late in crunch time.
This is when it gets hardest.
Engvall to make it a 2-possession game here. But he can't, leaves it short. So Southern Vermont with a chance for a 3.
Coach doesn't want to call timeout. I'm not sure even if they have any.
And Tariq Smith will foul Borders. They will not count the shot. So Borders will go for a 1-and-1 with 7.1 seconds remaining. That's exactly what the Jumbos wanted from Tariq Smith.
Smart and heady play there.
So Southern Vermont with a chance to make it a 1-point game. It is 1-and-1 though.
Josh Borders at the line shooting 1-and-1.
After this, it'll be double bonus for the Mountaineers. But Josh Borders, the freshman out of Florida, on the line.
And this arena is erupting.
And he makes it. 2-point ball game. And the Jumbos cannot afford to give up an offensive rebound here.
Absolutely not. That's been the story of the night.
Borders makes them both. 1-point game now, 7.1 seconds. Tufts needs to inbound.
Very big.
They get it to Halladina. He's immediately fouled by Hall, and I believe that is Hall's 5th foul.
Southern Vermont foul is number 35, Casey Hall. That's his 5th personal.
Indeed it is, so he's out of the game. And replacing him will be, looks like Damon Carter. And Halatina with 6.2 seconds left with 2 massive free throws in the game of his life, what it's been.
At the line has 2 shots.
He's been playing unbelievable so far. And this will really be icing on the cake if he can put these away.
And it's 2 shots here. Makes the first.
He's feeling it.
Halatina is a 79.3% free throw shooter. He is who you want on the line if you're a Tufts fan.
I was going to say not who Vermont wanted on the line, but
Leaves
one
it
of
short.
2.
Vermont with a chance to win with a 3 here. Carter puts it up. No good. Engvall with the rebound. And the Tufts Jumbos will advance to the second round here with a win of 78-76 over Southern Vermont College.
What a game. Both teams played their hearts out. Great game after another great game. What a day for the Cousins Dome, or the Jumbos Dome.
Jumbo Dome. And Stephen Halatina finishing with a cool 24 points on 8 of 17 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3. He left the final free throw short, which made it exciting, but Damon Carter's off-balance 3 couldn't go.
A game that started with Vincent Pace getting injured within the first 10 seconds.
And the Jumbos will have to recover tomorrow without Pace. They'll face the Skidmore Thoroughbreds here. Make sure you tune in for that game. But a valiant effort by the Southern Vermont College Mountaineers. Their fans giving them a round of applause here. But it'll be the Jumbos moving on to the second round. So make sure you tune in with us tomorrow as the Jumbos face Skidmore.
Based on these last 2 games, it should be very exciting.